Shakespeare. After all,
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again Friday night. We are joined by Emerald Isles Paranormal. We're joined by Jenny here, and we're also joined by Lily. Lulu, I'll just call you Lulu. It makes my life a little easier, you know. It's her first time in the live, guys, so be nice to her. I'm sorry, I couldn't help
You used to be nice to her.
I know, but I'm the host. It'll be fine. We're awfully laid back in this show. We really are laid back on this show.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other shows out there that take everything really seriously. It's like we had Bishop Brian on Wednesday, and he was so relaxed with it. I've never seen him like that before. In other shows, he's like a what you would call like an exorcist sitting there ready. He's ready for questions, but on Wednesday was brilliant. But tonight, ladies, this is your night tonight. Emerald Isles Paranormal. I've been really looking forward to this, actually. Because I've been watching all your your away haunting locations, and Jenny, she was away in a marathon, ladies and gentlemen. She was running. She was like the running man. You were beating everybody.
9 seconds.
Time, you know?
Did I come second? Second
At the end.
I always think my twin, we're doing the marathon, and she goes, Jenny, it is not a marathon, it's a mini marathon. I run marathons. So 26 miles. She always reminds me, so 26 miles compared to like 6 miles, she always lets me know. It's like 20 miles less. Yeah. But yes, I did do it, and it was great.
You did great.
I did. I finished it. It was tough, but I finished it.
Honestly, I'm just going to tell the truth. If I had to do a marathon, I'd probably die a horrible death. You know,
so would I
if I had to be dragged away. You know, that's. I honestly don't think I would make it past the burger van. To be purely honest with you.
Past the burger van.
I would just like to say to everybody in the chat, my mystical love and light. Right.
Welcome.
I was thinking
I'd just
about
like to say everybody in the chat, thank you for coming. Broomstick Pentagrams. So, Jenny,
yes.
Where was the last location you were at? What was that strange location you were doing an investigation the other night last week at?
Oh, the Drogheda Museum Millmount. Myself and Lou, the last time we were out was last week.
Yes.
It was myself and Lou and Alan, and it was a kind of like a whim that we just went one night because we were getting a little bit and so on. So we said, let's go in early, do an hour or two, and be done with it. And it was just phenomenal. It was probably the most. When I say personal, when we do an investigation and then you get a little bit, you get some, and then you do your audio work and so on. This was in the building with us. It was crazy. I mean, I know I was sitting on the floor, and when we heard a sound, and I looked at Lou, and Lou looked at me, and I thought for 1 second, like I go for physio that way. See, my dog just barks the minute we go live because she wants off the chair and she's too fat to jump off it. But I said to Lou, oh my God, if I have to jump off the ground, I'm not going to know about any physio that I have on my back or my gammy knee or anything like that. I'm going to be like a spring chicken. It's not a fight or flight. And I think I would have jumped. I was getting ready to like stand up and figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah. The adrenaline was going.
Yeah.
I must admit, I was watching your video last week, and it looked such an interesting location. It really did look an interesting location. And I'm going to ask the new guest below me, how Lulu? I'll call you Lulu or Lily. I keep getting.
It's okay.
Class, by the way, just below me. And I like. What did you experience at this amazing location?
Well, now on this particular night now, or Well,
Yes, any nights when
Yeah,
you've been
well-
out there in Paranormal. What have you
it's an
experienced?
interesting spot. There's always sometimes different energies that's coming off the place. Sometimes it's lovely and calm. Sometimes, you know, there's like a mischief kind of going on, and then there's other times you can feel like this strong kind of presence. I always say to Jenny, there's like, I call him the Watcher, and he seems to be in charge of the place. And I think
Right.
he was there the other night. I said it to them nearly at the start. I was like, "There's something I can feel. I can feel a strong energy." Now I know it was coming up to the strawberry moon as well, so I think sometimes they're kind of linked with the moon. I
Yeah.
don't know. This is something I'm starting to notice,
Oh.
and but yeah,
No.
I could feel like he knew we were there, and I think at the start, Jenny, I was doing the Ested method, and it wasn't really working out. It was like someone was stopping them talking. So we
Yeah.
said, right, we'll come here, we'll have a little break, we'll go out, we'll have a chat, smoke or whatever. And as we went to go to the stairs, I swore I saw the end of it, like, you know, a petticoat. It was red, and I got like an image of gold. And I says, I think I've seen him running down the stairs. And I says, I think that's him. I think the Watcher's here, and he's telling them to be quiet. And because it was very uniform, do you know that way, the way it was coming through? Initially when we were talking, like it was like soldiers talking to us, like it was very, you know, very straight cut. There wasn't usually we
Do
get
you
like
know-
people coming through.
This is really strange, but I don't know, Drew, can you
Strange.
that? I can hear a man talking.
I can hear something.
I can hear a
Yeah.
man whispering. Can I
Yeah.
know it's like
Yeah, I thought someone had TV on.
That's every night this week we've been live. It's happened. Yeah.
Really?
oh, the spirits are out tonight.
Every night this week.
I had taken a picture and I sent it
That's
to my
very
friend.
strange. It's a
And
man's
they-
voice.
Well, I had taken a picture and I sent it on to my friend, and they said to me, Jen, it looks like there's a figure of a boy behind me. And he's taken the picture and sent it back to me. And
Right now?
about an
Wow.
hour, like 20 minutes ago. And I said to him, STFU. And he goes, no, really. And he zoomed in, and you can see this thing. And I said to him, whatever, shut up. And I said, it's pareidolia, for crying out loud. And I said, the only thing I can see is the zooming in of my bloody eye wrinkles. Could we not do that? And so, I mean, I can send it on to you, but it was just me posing. It was me posing. And I sent the picture, and then they said, Jen, there's like this dark thing behind you.
Hi, Brian.
And I could see it. There's Brian. Hello, para people and Jenny.
Yes.
Brian.
And
Is
Lulu.
Mystical picking up anything in
Then
the
the voice
background?
the voice said,
Huh?
well, Mysticals, I know our signal's going out, but I just heard the man say, area, you seen me.
Don't say that.
I've got to grab
He
headphones.
said, you seen me. Then
Then I'll grab my headphones.
I think you brought an welcome guest home.
Ah, the Lord.
I think that's what's going on tonight. Because with Bishop Brian,
It does kind of sound like a
I
TV
think-
or a radio.
yeah, with Bishop Brian, there was some weird playback. It does. There's nothing on in here. There's,
Yeah. No,
the
there's nothing
only-
on here.
there's
I'm just
my
nothing
laptop,
on
my
here.
phone, but that's muted. And
I could hear
Yeah.
it when I was talking to him, and I was trying, and
there's
it kept
something-
kind of
there's
distracting me.
empty
And I
the
was
chat,
like,
Iron Fire Horse.
Aye, because
Yeah.
the voice it's cracky. It's but that picture that was
They're
sent to
using-
me, I'm gonna have a wee look.
Whoever, whoever it is, they're using your mics.
Am I cracky?
It's not coming through from this end. It's not coming through from Drew's end. Whoever it is, they're using your Jenny's or Lily's link. That's what they're doing. They're using your microphones to come through.
Well, do you know
I
what?
can
Now
hear that
that
because
you
I've got
said
separate
that,
microphones. These ones.
I remember being on a live before, and I was on with Hara Petrie and so on, probably 2 or 3 in the morning. And don't do that, don't do that. He was fun. He was fun. And I remember doing the show at 2 or
Yeah.
3 in the morning, and there was like a panel of 5 people, and I still have the video. And me and one of the ladies were talking away and so on, and then I laughed a bit and whatever, and then we stopped. And then you can see me smiling, whatever, and then I can hear this like electrical voice, and a man goes, Jenny. And I'm smiling, and I just go, and I'm looking at all the people to see if anyone said it. And I was going to say, did anyone hear that? Chris?
I'm going to do something. I don't like using my gifts and stuff like that. I don't like using my gifts and stuff like that. But,
Can you hear that?
right, Ollie, can you tell us a wee bit more about stuff? Because I don't know what it is, but I've got a terrible feeling somebody's standing behind Willie.
Lulu?
What? What was that?
Do you hear
Someone's behind Lulu?
Oh, I do have it on blurred.
Lulu, I think there's somebody.
Behind you, Lou.
Do you have it in blood?
Yeah,
But I've
because
got a
if you
terrible feeling
look,
that
it's not blurred.
whoever this is, it's, yeah.
What?
And
it's
Lou's
not
like,
blurred?
what?
Yeah.
They're actually sitting beside you.
Yeah.
Because if they weren't sitting beside you, that part would be blurred right beside you.
Aye.
And it's not as clear.
Left or right?
The pillow.
It's,
Yeah, there.
it's,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah, right there.
I had to
Stop
do.
now.
What did you say? Well, how to do?
I had to do.
yeah.
It
Even the light.
stopped.
I just fixed the pillow there.
That's
Make it look
dark as
nicer.
No, there's nobody.
It's
Well,
see, there's
did
no
tell him not to-
interference now. That's the weird.
That's it. It's away.
So we all talk.
It's
We
a
all
weird now
said,
because we've pointed out. It's weird because
what?
They don't like acknowledging
somebody
it.
there. Jenny,
Yes,
can you know see anything? Can you know sense anything, Jenny?
from Lou's side.
On your side.
On my side. Me?
Yeah,
I've
Yeah.
got
it's going in between you.
Anything.
I've got 4 dogs in my living room. If they don't know that there's something in my house, well, then they're broken. My dogs are broken.
They're broken. They're sleeping.
And your
I'm
cat.
going to ask in the
After
chat.
mentioning
I have my cat here. I've got 2 cats here, I think.
I
Yeah.
don't
Is anybody in chat spotting anything going in and out of the 2 of them? Jumping back and forward. Because we can hear it through the mic as if it's jumping back and forward between the 2
I
of
wish
them.
my mystical love maybe see.
I'm getting it from
I
you,
can-
Christopher.
Aye, as
Yeah.
that's what it's saying. It's using your mics to travel like that. Yeah,
So when we talk, are we broken?
that's the
No, yous are fine. Yous are fine.
Aaron is saying, no, he can
What do you
hear
mean?
us all okay.
Everybody's here and fine. Like, let's
Okay.
go on with the interview then, and then if Ben wants to talk, it'll talk.
Everybody's
Yeah,
hearing
yeah,
everything,
well,
but it's
it'll come through me, watch.
when you speak Jenny, and Lulu speaks, it's like there is a man's voice there. There is a man's voice there. And he's got a weird
my
he has got an Irish accent. He has got a kind of Irish accent to it. I don't know if he's in your house or he's in Lulu's house, but he's definitely got an Irish accent.
Welcome, Orb. I'm interested
Yeah,
to hear
he-
it back.
Him in the cellar, Jenny, are you? You know, there's somebody sitting there.
I shut him up and I said, shut up! Throw something on.
That's so
What?
weird. Aye, it's honestly, see, this is the problem.
That's it every night this week.
Something that you shouldn't.
That's
Yeah.
mad. Can anybody hear us? Can anybody hear us okay? Is Chris' voice coming in and out? Is it breaking? Or any of our voices breaking?
No, but Mystical's home, so she'll be able to spot anything.
Right, but you're a wee bit laggy.
Who, me?
You're a wee. Me and Drew are fine because I'm watching. Yeah, but used to. It seems to be there's somebody using your mic. There's somebody using your mic to try and contact. That's So that's what I feel.
And if you want to
right? And
contact,
it's the
contact
strangest
Brittany.
thing I've experienced. I've heard these.
I can hear all the women. It's only I can hear all
Yeah,
the
I
women.
thought it was
Chris,
Chris.
Wow.
Yeah, of course.
Chris voice is breaking.
Yeah,
It's only Chris.
It's you.
that's weird,
right?
isn't it?
That's strange. I just don't know what's going on tonight.
Wow.
Really weird.
Aye.
Welcome in, Rosin.
There's Roisin.
So
Hi,
Chloe.
Roisin.
let's try and go into a positive.
Roisin.
Let's go into a positive
My
thing.
sister.
That's Lulu's sister.
Yeah. Welcome.
So
Welcome in, Meg.
so Jenny,
Yes.
what kind of evidence did you find at this location, Jenny?
Oh my gosh, we have been doing this location for about 6 years, almost 7 years.
Right.
We've had
Yeah.
so much from it that most of my audio, I mean, of all the locations I've gone to, most of the locations is from this place. And oh my gosh, we do the ITC with the mobile phones, where we have the mobile phone. Alan or somebody on the team would ring my phone, and we find WhatsApp the best one to use. And that's true, Chloe. And so they ring me on my phone, we put it on speaker, we bring the phone back down into one certain area of this museum, and we have a recorder in the room with the phone. So we go back upstairs and we call out questions through. Now we sit down, we don't walk about it, and we don't conversate. We merely ask questions for about 20 minutes. And some of the you can hear noises in the kitchen, but we have to take into account if our feet move, it is a wooden floor. So we have to take into account sound travels, and the phone will pick it up and so
Right.
on. But we tick all of them off. We tag them and we tick them off. But the voices that come through, you can have, it's like, it sounds robotic, but you don't know what's being said. Or there's one time we heard this angry voice saying, Alan, or like, get out. You can hear that clearly through the phone.
Yeah.
When we pick up the recorders on the phone and then we do a playback, there is amazing feedback from it. Even the guy who fitted my doorbell in today, he wanted to hear some audio, so I played this particular audio for him. But gosh, we've had figures, we've had audio EVPs, intelligent, which was phenomenal, like the ITC. Hey, through the phone and the audio, the recorder gave us, hey, Jenny, can you hear me?
Right.
You can hear Alan and me talking upstairs. And then they'd say something else. We can't fully make it out, but I think I can a little bit, but it's not to be said on air. And then literally, and then it said, hey, Jenny, can you hear me? She murdered me. And it just, we had that audio for about a year. And I got the first half of it. And then my daughter's friend came over, and she's about 18 years of age, and she wanted to hear some audio. So I played out my favorite one, which was that. And she told me what she got at the end of it. She murdered me. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing audio so many years. Okay, are you hearing this? Whatever. So I listened to it again. And she was right.
Right. Wow.
Oh. No way.
There's a wee message there for I'm actually messaging one of my friends right now, and they say I'm coming through crystal clear. Drew's coming through crystal clear. Both of you's coming through crystal clear. Everything's running fine, but it's like a time dilation thing, because it's weird because yous are like all buffering for me. But I've just checked my internet and I'm running 100 odd meg per second, and I'm absolutely fine. So
wow.
There's something going on that you do have. Lulu does have, from my mystical love and light.
Are you picking up her as mystical?
Static in the background.
Of Lulu.
There's somebody.
Or maybe it's
Yes, tonight, I think.
Would it? No, because it was like that before you came on, Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Something's going on. It's very.
Somebody's trying to get a message through.
Yeah.
I was on Drew's show last night, and it was up. absolutely clear. It was absolutely fine. Everything was working fine.
Yeah.
And there's something going on. I can hear. I can every time like Lulu speaks or Jenny speaks. I can hear a man
Because
speaking.
you've got the
I
control
can hear him clear
panel.
as day, but he's got an Irish accent.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my recorder on. I think I'm going to run a recorder.
Yes,
There's always a recorder on
definitely.
my handbag. There's one in my bedroom.
Yeah.
There's
You whipped the one out, yes, the other day.
So I'm going to turn this on.
See the last place you were at. Was there any
Yeah.
soldiers?
That was your man.
Was there any like soldiers at that place at one point?
Yeah, your man, the Watcher. He was there, and he made his presence.
He was a soldier.
He shook, but I think he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very angry, and I have it really loud on my recorder. Now Alan said he was shouting at him, but I told him he wasn't out up the stairs. But when I was listening back to the audio, you know, when there's different voices coming in, they're like, hi. And of course we were like, oh yeah, come on in. So I think he then decided to come upstairs. But I remember I said to Jenny, I I think he's up. I think he's upstairs now. And yeah, he was very angry. Like you should hear that sound. If Jenny's able to send it on, it's really loud. It's like a vibration sound, but we've never had that before.
So what is the story of that house?
The Drogheda Museum at Millmount.
Yeah.
I'm just
figuring out what the story is behind it.
Chat. Is he a soldier?
Well, the story behind that museum is...
I don't know what it is, but he's tearing off his shine to Lou.
Oh, Louise.
He was showing me chains.
Right.
The other night. So I kept saying to Alan, I went to a new part that I hadn't seen before in the museum at the start of the night. And I says, I'm getting something from down here. And then I figured out that's where we usually put the REM pod. I didn't know that. That's, you know, the door, Jenny, down where we usually go underneath, you know, in the kitchen.
Yes.
And I was like, I didn't know that. And I was like, that's why I wanted to go out there, but they had a photography people over or something like that. So we didn't go outside. So we stayed inside. But, and then I went into the costume room as well. It was like he was showing me in there. But I kept saying, Alan, there's something about chains. He keeps showing me a chain. It was like this style anyway.
Yeah.
And then all I got was him running down the stairs, and I just saw red and little gold button, like at the end of the petticoat. You know, the way it kind of goes in a triangle.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was bombing downstairs.
Maybe escaped the chains. Maybe managed to get free.
Well, he was very angry. So I don't know if there's something to do with June. I was trying to find out from Alan from like a historical point of view. Is there something to do with June?
Right.
You know, he could be just this time of year.
That's what we're thinking of the night we went in. Sorry,
is it, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
You still hearing it?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't know. I can still hear it every time. Every time Jenny or Lulu speaks, I can hear the man speak.
Oh, wow.
I'm just listening. On you go, Jenny. Keep telling us.
I was just saying about the history of the Drogheda Museum Mill Mount. The mount is, I'm reading it here now because I've always been told, but it's nice just to get the facts right, just in case Jennifer.
Yeah, just in case.
Sometimes. So the mound at the Mill Mount is reputed to be 3,000 years old. And folklore has it that the Celtic poet is buried there. Hugh de Lacy built a defensive moat and bailey there overlooking the mouth of the Boyne River, which is right beside me. It's about 5 minutes away from me.
Right.
So, the Boyne River. Yeah. And Oliver Cromwell had come over in, the year is, what's the year, Louise? What's the year? It's in 1600s. Is it 1600s anyway? And Alan's watching this. He'll probably just text me again.
It doesn't matter the dates.
I can't remember.
7 years.
Okay, relaxed.
And so he had attacked. He came over with, I think it's 2,300 men, and he had attacked Drogheda. And so there is it was an army barracks. It was a British army barracks.
Right.
And I think it's the 1600s. Then you have the governor's house as well. So the Metallo Tower, which we see, which I put up many pictures, that was just bombed and shelled. We do have fantastic audio from that as well. We have residual audio from that, probably one of the best. So, Chloe,
Just every time when you're talking, isn't it, Jenny? The animals.
The cat.
And so the story about Oliver Cromwell had come over and bombed and attacked the Metallo Tower in the Drogheda Millmount. So yeah,
Tail.
it was an army barracks, and people used to live there as families up to 1985. So after the army barracks, and then you would hear soldiers marching in the courtyard and so on and so on. And so families lived there too. So it's gone back 3,000 years. So
Wow.
yes, you mentioned about an army man. Yes, that would be right.
That's interesting that Cromwell was there as well.
Yeah.
He was. They all say Jenny's friend.
Really
I always salute him, but I don't salute him in the way everybody else did. I salute him with a different sign.
Right.
A different sign. He also went to Wexford and attacked Wexford as well. And he was in Redwood Castle as well, down in Tipperary as well. So yeah, he made his rounds.
Yeah, he could have been reacting to the lads that were up the previous week who were from Wexford, and
maybe
Wexford would have been a very like stance, you know, Irish, you know, Free State.
Yes, yeah. So maybe. And then when families live there, and it is an open museum to this day, so anyone can go and visit the museum. I almost gave out the times and the prices because I know it so well. And so when some people had visited there from the UK or from America, especially from the UK, they would say they remembered playing in the courtyard because they used to live in the museum. And I was like, and they yeah, and they used to speak to Alan, like, and Alan would be their tour guide for Drogheda. And they would say, we used to play in the courtyard and so on and so on. And you would actually live in the museum. I mean, amazing. So now it's all artifacts from everything, basically, in Drogheda, from businesses in Drogheda to, oh my gosh, the war as well in Drogheda and whatnot, the fight. So yeah, it's a bloody amazing location. And thankfully it is. Sorry, go ahead.
So many places in Ireland amazing to investigate, I would imagine.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
I'll tell you, I'll tell you this. I'm just going to say there's some really freaky stuff going on right now. I'm watching it on my iPad next to the laptop, and I'm also watching it on my phone. Now,
I'm kind of slowing down.
Coming through, I muted myself, and we're coming through. Yeah, we are coming through absolutely fine.
Yeah, it could be the internet now. This internet does slow down.
On YouTube through.
Is it? I'm going to turn my YouTube on and have a wee look.
It's weird. It's even happening to Drew. See, the screen keeps going. Now, see on YouTube. Right. On YouTube, it's absolutely. But to me, Drew keeps disappearing on the main screen. Lulu keeps disappearing, and you keep disappearing. But my iPhone and my iPad are working perfectly. And they're connected to my internet.
StreamYards for you.
I'm watching it on YouTube now.
I think StreamYards having.
Is it StreamYards?
See, it's peak time.
StreamYards.
There's a major
peak time. People going live.
Solar flare hitting right now, and I think.
Yeah.
It'll be affecting the live streams.
Get off your StreamYards now until we're done, please. Thank you.
Yes, come on. Give us till 11 o'clock.
We have more important things to talk about.
It's really strange, you know. It's so weird, but that's very interesting about Cromwell in Ireland. I mean, Ireland's one of the most fascinating places in the world. I mean, in Scotland, we've got our castles and stuff like that. Usually, the castles much older than Scottish castles. You know.
Oh, what was it? Oh,
everybody's disappearing for me.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, no.
What was it saying? Newgrange is older than the pyramids. They say Newgrange is older than the pyramids, and Newgrange it's literally a 10-minute drive away from me. I live in Drogheda, which is not one of the most historic towns in Ireland, but it is an extremely historic town. You have the Battle of the Boyne, you have Oliver Cromwell, you have Newgrange, you have Malahide Castle. It's literally surrounding where I live, and like myself and Lulu were out on a drive one evening, and we were driving around, and
I heard laughing there.
me too.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And little did we know, Lou, that there was a castle 10 minutes from where I live.
Yeah.
And we got permission, and we got the keys to go into it at 10 o'clock at night. And it didn't fail us. It was actually quite good.
Yeah.
It was quite
That was
good.
interesting, actually.
Yeah, and we didn't know it was there. Like, we have a castle beside us, and we travel 2 or 3 hours to castles, and we have one on our doorstep, which was
Yeah, it's like Scotland. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Castles everywhere. It's brilliant,
Yeah.
though.
We say, our friends in America say, so what are you doing the weekend? Where are you investigating? We say, oh, we're going down to Leap Castle or Redwood Castle or different castles and so on. And they'd be like, oh, castles? I'm like, you do them so many times. Like, yeah. And guys and friends in America saying, oh my God, you're going to a castle. And it's like,
Yeah, we get the same, don't we, Chris?
It's second nature at this stage. It's second nature.
Yeah.
What are you doing the weekend? Castles.
I
But
think StreamYard. I think StreamYard is having a little bit more. I've just
StreamYard
checked. The
is.
servers are going down all over the world.
Did you? Okay.
Were they?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
As long as
Yeah.
we're the last to
They're
go,
having
it's
problems.
fine.
They're having. That's why I sound like a silent.
Yeah.
Do I sound okay? Do I sound like a crackly voice or anything like that?
You're
It sounds a bit crackly,
yeah.
Chris. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. A wee bit.
Loads of strange noises as well.
Strange.
It's echoing and it's quiet and it's boom boom. And it's quiet again.
Get into the settings and
You.
fiddle stuff.
Yes.
You just keep talking. I'm going to go behind the scenes and fix something.
Okay.
Oh no, we'll
okay,
disappear.
Just give me 2 seconds.
I know her.
They both have spirits with them, Jen and Lulu. Mystical is saying.
I'm just going into the settings to make sure everything's working okay.
Right, okay. Go
Okay,
behind the
okay.
scenes,
Yep.
Christopher. Welcome in, Roger.
Yeah.
Roger.
Who's Roger?
So it's for
Roger.
Facebook user, and they're just saying Roger.
Who's
Don't
Roger?
know who the Facebook user is. Facebook user, you have to StreamYard get permission.
I
to
put the
see,
echo.
notifications.
I put the echo cast.
Much better.
Roger.
Much better. You're much better.
I don't know who it is. Yeah, that's better.
I don't know
Chris.
what's going on tonight. This is the
you
weirdest
sound-
thing that's ever happened.
You sound better.
Does it sound better?
100%.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
better. Yeah,
100%.
far
Does
better.
it
And
sound better?
That noise is gone.
I've turned on the echo cancellation.
Aye.
Okay.
You sound much better. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very
And that
strange.
stopped that background noise.
So there we go.
Yeah, that's the way.
Now we start all over
We
again.
bumped it.
Hey,
Yes, we're
let's
back in.
start.
No, I'm
It's-
Louise.
We've got ages. We've got ages. It's one of the weirdest nights. It's ever since we had Bishop Blooming Brian on. That's that. I'll have to get him to
When
go
you
out and
first
get an
announced
exorcism
it.
stand with his
Yeah.
cross or something. Bless the laptop.
If
Oh
you
my
first
God.
announced he was coming.
I know. It's absolutely mad.
Welcome
It's
to the show, Chris. We
I
can
mean,
hear
it's
you now.
one thing that comes-
StreamYards have updated a lot of stuff.
Did they?
Ah,
Yeah,
You can hear me. Hurry!
Yes. Welcome.
But Jen, what
Yeah.
would you say was the most darkest? What would you say, right, Lulu? This is for you, right? What would you say is the
Okay.
darkest spirit you've ever encountered?
The darkest spirit you've ever encountered.
probably when I was on holidays in Tenerife. I think that was probably the most weirdest one. It was
Really?
like a black shadow, but a perfect outline of a person, if that makes any sense. I couldn't
Yeah.
see his face.
Yeah.
But I woke up like that, feeling like I was being watched. I was around 17, 18. And yeah, I didn't like that. I know it sounds silly, but I was on holidays. I was like, what? Who's this? And I started shouting and
Right.
giving out to it, and then it ran by, went off to the kitchen part. You know those like apartments that are all just like one level,
Open plan.
um,
Yeah.
open plan, yeah. And
Yeah.
the next morning, said to the
Yes.
girls when we were having breakfast, and one of them stopped eating, and she goes, "Oh no, don't say that to me." She goes, "I felt like someone was watching me last night." She goes, when she woke up, she seen a perfect outline of just black. It was
Wow.
like, it's hard to describe. It was blacker than black, but like that you
Yeah.
can't
That's
see. But it was so dark, and she said she woke up and he just
Yeah.
moved back into the shadow, and that was it. She just went, "Oh, do you know
Oh,
what?
creepy.
I'm going to sleep." So the two of us just sat there going, "Okay," and just had our breakfast. I think we were going home the next day or something, so we were
that's
just like,
quite
"Yeah,
scary. That
yeah."
Mm.
I just remember effing and blinding at it though, because I thought it was the other Irish lads up,
that's.
the Northern lads
Well, you put,
upstairs.
I'm not going to
Messing.
Tenerife
Wow.
now.
Yeah, it was above. I think
In
like
one of those
a
hot
bracket or
countries
something.
as well, there's the gin and things, isn't there? Over in
That's
those directions.
Oh,
Hi.
I'd be
Yeah.
scared
right.
of them.
Louise.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
So how did you get into this, Louise? How did you manage to get into
It's
paranormal, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, no, I always had experiences growing up and sensing stuff and things like that. And I'd be saying it to like my mom and dad, they're probably listening right now. But yeah, I used to say to them, but sure, they used to just say, "Oh, like kid thing," or you know, it's kind of in my head. But I would have like say the front door open for me, and I'd just like, "Thank you," but that it would have been a very good lock on the door, and
Right.
just kind of, and then kind of, you know, things kind of coming to me, like maybe like future kind of stuff and things, are like just images or something. And I don't know, I just kind of keep it to myself. I don't really say much. Even Jenny, you know that I don't really, I've
Yeah.
just kind of always grown up not really, people believe me, if you know what I mean. So I just don't really say
Right.
anything. So I
So
just
you're
kind of,
just feeling out
but
your gifts.
yeah, yeah. But I've always, yeah, but I wouldn't have really a fear of it. I'm more curious and
Mm.
want to know more, that kind of stuff.
Right.
I've had a
Uh-huh.
lot of different experiences, yeah. So, and
Right.
that was great then when I got to meet Jenny, and I was like, yes, finally I can
Somebody
be on
go
a
out with.
team and we can do stuff and try and figure out stuff. But I'm a nurse myself, so I do have a sciencey background, so I do like to be very technical with stuff too. So I kind
Yeah,
of be
yeah.
hard on myself, if you get me, with evidence as well. So a
Yeah.
lot of the time I'm
Right.
like, no, doesn't cut it, it's gone. You know, if I have any
Yeah.
doubt at all. But I think
Yeah.
that's where I have that need. I need to prove to people, you know, that there
Yeah.
is stuff. When you've had your
Yeah.
experience, you feel like you
Yeah.
need to show others that
Yeah.
it is there.
You want everybody to see and feel what you felt and
Mhm.
experienced,
Yeah,
don't you? And
Mm.
if they
yeah,
don't get it, you're like, oh, you need to
yeah,
experience it.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
my husband
Yeah.
Niall, well, he's not here now, but that,
So
like he would be a non-believer now with stuff.
Yeah, my partner's like that as well. He's happy for me to go out ghost hunting and things,
Yeah,
but he's just a
happy
bit
for
of
me
skeptic.
too.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Niall's on the team
Well,
as well.
it's
His husband, Niall's on the team as well.
Oh,
yeah.
when you go,
good.
Jenny.
I was saying Niall's on the team as well. Luda's husband, he's on the team as well with the Emerald Isle
Good.
team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's a
Convince some men.
skeptic, but when we were out last
Yeah.
week,
That's good.
we kind of needed him there to experience what we had.
Yeah.
So and it was an in-house experience, if that makes sense. It was a
Right.
private one. We didn't go live, and we're not going to go live for the next few ones, just to keep it personal and you know, and keep it to ourselves and work down, because I do find when we do lives, and we do lives,
Mhm.
we do a lot of them, but I find it takes away the
Yes.
concentration of what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do lives for that. We will advertise what we're doing, but we're not going to do lives for a while.
Yeah.
We will do videos.
That
But
live.
we're not doing lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the live that you did at that museum with the boat was really, really good, because that voice that you caught when you says,
Yeah.
"Do you want to have a game
Oh,
of
yeah.
cards?"
Yeah.
and it came across and it went and says,
Yeah.
"Yes." It's just the way it said
Yeah.
it, and it was, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And you know, I've showed people that, and they're like, "Ghosts don't exist," and I'm
I
like, "Listen to
know.
that. Oh, ghosts
Yeah.
don't exist. I don't believe in
Yeah.
ghosts, but they go to church and they believe in God."
Well, oh
and they
my
believe
God.
in going
You
to
know,
heaven,
that's
but they don't
Holy
believe in
Spirit.
ghosts.
That's
He
funny
has
that
the
you
Holy
say
Spirit.
that. Yeah, that's funny
Yeah.
because I was telling the guy today who was doing my doorbell, you know, because like we were talking, and we were talking about where we'd like to investigate and so on and so on, and I said where I would like to investigate, and he would. That's my cat.
Yeah. Little cheeky cat.
And we were talking about where we'd like to investigate and so on, and I always said every time I'm the one who will talk about religion and paranormal. I will talk about religion and paranormal. And I did say every time I talk about on my shows and I talk about paranormal and religion, my computer freezes or it shuts down.
Right. Wow.
And so I stopped talking about religion on my shows. And I do think they go hand in hand. I do. It is I mean, yes, they do.
Yeah.
Between UFOs, paranormal, which is the UFOs, paranormal table, and religion, they all go hand in hand. But there are people who say, "Oh, I don't
Yeah.
believe in it. I don't believe in it." But you go to church every bloody week, and we have a
I
lot of
know,
stuff
it's
to show
crazy.
you. We have a lot of audio and
I
videos to
know.
show you. But you can't tell me about someone that you believe in. And I am Christian. I'm not a practicing one, but I am. But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's kind of like, I've stopped talking about it on my show because I feel like something's going to happen now because I'm talking about religion. So I have to be quiet because
Right.
it happens all the time. And I know it sounds crazy, but it does. What?
Did it right? That's 41:38 seconds. I don't know if anybody in the chat heard that, but oh my God,
What are you
that was
whispering?
that was
Wait,
a
I said
woman's
always
voice,
watching. That was me.
and it
Was it
went,
me?
oh yeah,
I went,
she was
She was what?
no, it was like hey. That's what it was like. That's what it was like. It was like a woman laughing. It was like hey, like that.
Oh.
But no, it was a woman. It was definitely a woman.
Lulu, I
That
think it's your
was
house. It's not mine.
Talking about religion.
could be.
That was that is actually quite interesting because it's
I have
as if
I have
she
a
was
mark
agreeing,
down.
but she was Irish again. She was Irish.
Don't want you talking
She was
about
Irish.
religion.
Oh,
That was a woman.
Somebody doesn't want you to talk about religion
was-
at all.
I
That
have
was
a. You ever
definitely a
get
woman.
you
That's
get a feeling. You get an antsy feeling.
you see that's
Yeah.
I'm having an antsy feeling. I'm having an antsy feeling. You know, oh, the cat just knocked into a wall there and
Yes.
just frightened the beast out of me. But do you ever have an antsy feeling? Do you ever have an antsy feeling that you shouldn't be? Can I just go for a second and let my cat out?
Yeah, of course.
He's meowing like
Yes.
a non-stop.
Of course. What's the chat saying, Chris?
that was.
We'll check the chat and see what
There,
they're
let's
saying.
have a look. Iron Fire Horse. We've got. I'll tell you something now. I'm going to say this. I'm very sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but there's something going on with StreamYard tonight.
There's
There is
definitely
definitely
something
something
really
going
weird
on
with StreamYards.
because
Yeah.
even some of the buttons, something's not quite right tonight. Some of the buttons are not even working. I've pressed some buttons and buttons are still not waiting for them to start working, and they're not working. And I definitely heard a woman's voice there, and she was it was like the Celtic, the Celtic kind of voice, like Scottish I've got, but the Irish have got too. And it was like, oh yes, that's what it was like. It was, oh yes, that's that's what it was. But it was a woman's. It was definitely
Welcome
a
in,
woman's
Matt.
voice. And
The stream just
every now and
keeps
again,
being
your pictures.
interrupted, Matt.
Yeah.
It's like
It's really
everybody's stream
strange.
keeps interrupted, but when I'm watching it on my phone, it's fine.
Perfect. People in the chat will be wondering why we're not continuing. It's
that was
just
an
crazy
interesting-
noises and things.
I would say
Is it?
it's there's crazy noises. I think
Weird laughing and
Jenny and
things.
Lulu have summoned something from below the earth.
Welcome in.
Are we good? Can everyone hear us okay?
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like rumbling under our
That is-
feet, doesn't it?
there's
Like
something-
rumble. Something's brewing. Do we hear it?
Well, when it happens, they will let us know. and then
Yeah, I think they're trying.
Yeah.
we'll know. I was even thinking at one point, do you ever hear a doorbell ring, but there's nobody at your door, and it's not like a knock and run? This is just coming back from memory, where I'd be lying
See,
in bed, and I have a few dogs, and then my doorbell will ring, and the dogs go crazy. So I jolt up, think it's the postman. I'm waiting for a parcel. So I run to my door, and my gate is even closed. It's a steel gate. It's a metal gate. So
Yeah.
you'll hear it open and closing and so on. But nobody's at my door, and it's happened a few times, and it's woken me up from my sleep.
Oh.
I have somebody here's rumbling.
Again, this is going to sound
Oh, no.
somebody in the chat.
I know,
Yes, that's what I
rumbling.
can hear through my headphones, and I can't. I just take my hat. I've just taken my earphones off, and I can't hear nothing.
It's a strange
like-
one
it's like-
tonight, guys. I apologise.
It's like a barrel rolling down a hill.
You've got the Irish and the Scottish on. What
It's
do
like a
you
volcano.
Yes, crazy Celtic energy. Oh wow.
Oh.
Rosalind, I would say it was 41:37, round about then.
41, 38 seconds, Roisin. 41
Can
minutes,
you hear
38
that?
seconds.
It's like
It's crazy. It's like thunder in the background. It's as if we hear the clouds move.
Lulu, that's what we heard last week.
it's like
I can hear it's like rolling.
It's a-
something rolling.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
it's like. Hi.
Oh, we'll have to send you the sound that we got.
Yes, Matt. Yes.
Yeah, let's
You
hear
can hear that
that.
rolling a wee bit.
I'll send you, Jenny. I'll send you
Matt, I can imagine.
through Google Documents and stuff like that. Drive. I'll send you a recording of this show.
Do please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Tina hears the
I can
rumbling.
hear it. I can hear it.
It's crazy. There's not even any rumbling outside. It's not as
It's
if
coming
it's
for
coming
your
through
end,
that.
Jenny.
What? Me?
He's getting you on. He's winding you up.
It's coming from your end. Your microphone.
Was it?
No, because if I mute my mic,
I'll mute mine as well.
Let me mute mine.
right, I'll mute mine first.
Right, you mute yours, Chris. You can still hear it. Yeah, I'll mute mine if you want. You muting yours, Jen?
Okay. Yep. Okay.
There, it's away. It's away. It's away. Is it away for you, Chris? Right, you're
Okay,
muted.
It's a way for me to.
Yeah, I'll mute mine.
Maybe it's this.
I don't know. It's still there, Phoenix said.
How's that?
Okay. Well, if something
It's still there slightly.
is it Lou?
It's a lot better though.
Bring it beside the microphone.
Probably the microphone.
That is a lot better though.
Okay.
Second microphone, probably.
So if it happens,
That is a lot better. I think it's Lou. It's
Crap.
that's so weird. It's,
Okay. So
No, it was there again.
do you
Yeah,
know
it's
all
better.
of your cameras keep going off for me on StreamYard?
who?
It's Bryce has been doing that all along. I just thought it was the weather or something. It's Bryce has been coming in and out a lot.
Yeah.
But it does come back. It's a very
It's
strange
still
one. I
there.
don't understand it.
There's something. Yes, I think something is brewing.
Well, if you got a brew,
Something's going on with StreamYard tonight, and I don't know
Just
if it's
don't burst.
interference for.
no, I don't want to bust. No, I won't
Yeah.
bust. But just let it brew. If you're gonna,
Yeah.
if it's gonna happen,
Well-
it's gonna happen. My recorder's running beside me already.
Exactly.
Oh, my recorder's running. So,
I'll be interested to see if you hear any voices. Oh, there the cat. That was the bit I heard though.
Phoenix feel a lot of
Like
energy.
energy.
It's
Yeah, well,
do you know
there
what
was
do
a
you know what
lot
it feels
going on
like?
the other night.
okay.
Wasn't there, Jenny? Remember?
I know
Yeah.
what you. I know what you're.
Never mind.
I know what you're talking about,
See,
Jenny.
that could be what it
I'll
is.
tell you
What
exactly what I
energy's
feel
not
right
left.
now. I feel like I'm.
Yeah.
I
Just
feel
smoke.
like I'm in a thunderstorm. You know that feeling you get when the skies go black
Aye.
and you know there's
It
going
seems
to
to be
be
better
a
now.
massive thunderstorm and everything, your hair start to rise. That's what I feel like right now. Now I can sit in
Why?
it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if anything happens. We'll see. But do you know what? Let's ignore what they're doing and try
Exactly.
and take away from the conversation what we're having tonight. Like myself and Lou,
Yeah.
let's ignore what they're
Yes.
saying and
Yes.
let's talk about our locations and where we've been to. And
Yeah.
if they're going to do something, let them do it.
Yes. So,
Let them
Continue
do
with
it.
the
so
interview.
Jenny, tell us about some new locations you're going to.
New locations
Tell us
that's
about
coming
some
up.
new locations you're going to, Jenny.
Well, I
Yes.
will. We're going back to, and I look at my phone now and I see 1111, which is my sign 1111. So the new locations coming up this is not a new location for me, but it is a new location for Lou. It's in the Athenaeum Museum in Enniscorthy, which is in County Wexford. It is from the 1912 rising where the last of the Irish people were, not the last of the Irish people, but the Irish people had hidden in there before the British soldiers came over and had taken them out because they were taken over. And I've been there for about 3 years. And it's nice, it's lovely, also a little bit malevolent, but it's a great place. And I haven't told Louise anything about what I know about the place, so I'm going to let Lulu find out her own experiences from the place.
Yeah.
Again, do you want to talk about what we're doing in August?
Ooh.
Oh, in England.
Aye.
What
yeah.
he's doing in August. What he's doing in August.
Jack the Ripper.
In England.
Yeah. But Jenny, you
that'd be
better
cool.
We're going to. I had a fabulous guy, Russell Edwin, on the show, Shadow Whispers in the Night, a few weeks ago. What an amazing guy! He's the author of Naming Jack the Ripper. He has the original shawl. I've seen it on a show previous years ago. Unfortunately, we didn't see it on the night because it's in the vaults. So when we were talking away, he said, Jen, is this going to be viral? Is this like a visual, not viral, visual? And I said, yes, it's live video. He goes, great. I'm in location in Whitechapel. And I'm like, no. So you have an interview with Russell Edwards and then he's on location. So then we decided to, let's bring the team over to Russell and we'll get a tour with him. And then,
brilliant.
Yeah, so we're going to have a tour with him. And so on the show, he was showing all the locations of where all these murders had taken place. And it just so happened, it was known that he was killing prostitutes, which is not true, not all true. So there was one that came up to him on the live, looking for business and whatnot. And it was kind of like, is this real? And she said hi on the live and whatnot. And then that's on the 18th of August. And then on the 19th of August, we're going to go to the London Catacombs.
Oh, nice one.
And check
He's
those
coming
out.
to Scotland at any time.
You want to go to Scotland?
He's coming to
Scotland. Yeah.
Yes, listen, that's not without a doubt. We are going to go to Scotland. We are. There's so many places in Scotland I want to do. Mary's King's Close is one of my favorite places to go to.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason being for that is the Edinburgh Vaults. It's nice. I haven't been there, but Mary's King's Close just looks like the street underneath a street.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, it's a crazy location. It's beautiful for the olden times.
I did the vaults for my hen.
Did you?
Yeah, it was great. I dragged all my friends there. Yeah, but I felt like someone was holding my hand the whole way through. And then when we got to a certain part, then it just felt like he let go and then I said it to the lady at the time. And she says, oh yeah, there's a little boy and supposedly he likes women. And that's reports of ladies in particular that would get their hands held as they're walking through. And you see me in pictures and I just have my hand like this, like down below. And I was just like,
you should go to Stirling. Stirling's got an amazing past as well. Everybody likes to go to Edinburgh and they forget about Stirling.
I think it's crazy. The city of Edinburgh, I've been there before, and and there's a thing on my phone. I watch these live tours, and it's just it's the most historic, beautiful looking buildings and towns. It just looks phenomenal to live in. And
You
I've
have
been
to go to
there,
Dean Village.
where?
Dean Village in Edinburgh. It's really, it's like a little bit of heaven. You have the buses and things are not allowed down in it. It's actually down in like a valley, and it's got houses and it's got a big river and things running through it. But not a lot of cars and things are allowed down. Only the residents. So you've got to walk down it. But it's called Dean Village, and it's beautiful.
I have it written down already, girl. I have it written down
Dean
already.
Village. It's lovely.
There is
You
another
know,
place
you
I
know
was
what we
going
need.
to this year.
You know what we need to do. I was just going to say what we need to do is we all need to meet up and we need to go to Edinburgh. It's been a while
Yeah,
since
that'd
I've
be
been to the
great.
vaults. The
Yeah.
I
vaults
think
are
we need to
interesting.
arrange it. That
Yeah.
means I need to get on a boat. I think a boat would be easier for me because you're up. If I get from Belfast, we're going to go straight instead of me
Yeah.
having. So I can do it.
Aye, it'll be fine.
Lulu, can you do a boat?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I can do a boat rather than I can
As
do
long as you
flying.
don't watch Titanic before it.
Oh, I love that's my favorite movie.
See, I'm not keen in boats. I would stay downstairs, although I wouldn't see the ocean or anything. I would just stay in one little room. If I had to get
I
a
can do
boat.
a boat.
Wait, does the boat go to
I
Edinburgh?
love the ocean. I
It
love
goes-
being on the.
Does it?
No,
It would be the other
it sails.
coastline.
It sails
Like
to-
Glasgow?
From Rosslare.
It sails from.
Oh.
No,
To
well, you can
Arran,
say you can sail from
Larne,
Ireland
sorry.
to Ayr, or Troon, or Stranraer.
Stranraer to
Stranraer,
Larne, I think it is.
usually.
So then we still have
It's
to fly.
usually from there to Stranraer, but
So I still
Stranraer's
have
only
to
like
fly.
maybe 90 miles for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
really?
not far.
Oh
And
my
then
god.
Edinburgh's on the other coast.
It's
We'll
an
still have to
experience.
fly
I've been on it. I've been on the Sea Cat. It's an experience.
Wow.
I would rather
Yeah.
sail it than fly it.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
can get a plane direct with Edinburgh.
Well, then
Yeah.
we're
You'd
gonna
probably be better to do that than boat, because if you were going
Yeah.
to comfy boat, you're
Yeah,
actually
fine.
on the other coast. You would get off on the west coast, and it's east coast you need for Edinburgh.
Aye, so we still
Yeah.
have to fly. But listen, it's okay. I'll just I'll Xanax it.
Yeah.
I'll Xanax it. I was going to say there's another location we're doing it's called Charleville Castle, and it's probably one of the most amazing castles I have
heard
been to. It is phenomenal. Let me tell you, I have been there on a tour with my friend Gillian Murphy, and she took us in one day. We were down for the weekend. We were doing Lep Castle and Redwood Castle and so on. And we met up with Gillian, and she took me and my team on a tour, literally around the place of Offaly and some fantastic places. So she brought us into Charleville Castle. Charleville Castle sometimes can be a little bit hard to get into. But
Right.
Gillian took us in for a tour. It was breathtaking.
Worth it.
Oh my goodness, it was amazing. That's where we're going to go again this year as well. Date we don't know just yet, but we will be going there. The time I was there, the tour that I had taken with Gillian, my team were in there. Lulu, this is before you, and we went in, and so Gillian was giving us the tour and the history of the whole castle, and giving us how and why the castles look like what they look like outside. You have the women's wing, and then you have the male wing. So it's like a chess puzzle. So you have the kings and the queens, and they look different, which is the women's and men's quarters. And then when you look at it the way it was explained, you then see, oh my God, yes, it does. The rooms inside are fabulous. The ceilings are so high, it would echo. The stories behind the decoration is amazing, and the story of the place.
Is it all decorated then? Is it in ruins? Is it all back to furniture?
I think there's a family lived there, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Nice. Family lived there, yep. And the time I was in there with Gillian, with my team, and doing a wee tour, and we were in one particular room. I forget the name of the room, Gillian, don't kill me. But we were in one particular room, and I'm looking at one of my team members, and you can hear this upstairs. And Gillian's given a tour, so I don't talk. So I just kind of sign language to one of my team members, and I'm like, can you hear? And we said nothing, and then it happened again. And then we said it to Gillian, and Gillian said, okay, okay, can you run back? Charlotte, am I saying the name right, Gillian? Charlotte, can you run back and go back and do it again? You can hear footsteps walking back to where she had run off. Oh, Harriet,
Right.
not Charlotte, Harriet. Sorry,
Right.
Harriet, not Charlotte. Gillian's probably going to text me and kill me. It's not Charlotte. From Left Castle. Charlotte from Left Castle. So this is Harriet. Sorry. And so Harriet walked by. No, she just texted me there saying Harriet. I just explained. From,
She corrected herself.
yeah, I did. And you can hear Harriet walking back. And I'm looking at Aidan and I'm looking at Gillian and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I don't say anything. I'm kind of like, just read my lips. Like, so she walks back and then you can hear
Yeah.
like a child's step. It's not like big
Wow.
feet. It was like a child's steps that you would do. And I swear to God, if I wasn't there, I would hear the story and think, well, wow, that's nice, that's great. But I was there and I did hear it.
Heard it. Yeah.
Actually, myself and Uli are down there on the 16th of September as well.
Very nice.
We're down there for the 16th of September as well. I know Gillian's hosting the night, and I know she's going to text me and tell me what it is. But listen, I have a million things in my mind that go through, but we do know we are there on the 16th of September to do an investigation.
That's how you have to all subscribe to their channel, guys, and watch on Facebook because they'll update you on everything that's coming up. So keep an eye out, remember. I've put the link in the chat.
Oh, fantastic.
I have shared the link.
All the links are below. Yeah, all the links are below the live tonight. Just click the wee icon in the bottom and everything's there. 58, there was a voice that said, "Why are you not listening to me anymore?"
Oh.
What did I say when I said, let's not listen, let's not talk?
Started getting weird.
Let's not do it. Let them do their own thing. And if they want to do something,
exactly.
They want to do,
Exactly. Which is quite interesting. It's
just because if you
it's honestly this is an awesome night, even though we've had so much problems. But
Chris has just been sitting back listening to the spirits talking, aren't you?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Can I just shout this out for 1 second? It's called, if I can for Gillian, I'm sorry, I don't want to advertise, but if I can for Gillian, it's Paranormal Overload, Ghostology.
Yes, Nately. We'll now go get their link. What is it? Paranormal what?
It's Paranormal Overload, Ghostology with Steve Parsons all day and Charleville that night. So Steve Parsons is he's an author as well. I have his books here. It's over on my table, Ghostology and Acousticology. But I don't want to be thrown out there.
Is that him there? Is that it there?
Paranormal
Overload.
Pop that in the chat.
Yeah.
No, I don't think.
Is that a man?
True.
The Trial and Funeral for a Nail. Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't think that's him.
I think Gillian, send me the link and I can send it on to Chris. If that's okay, because I don't want to be thrown out advertisements there.
I send it to me and I'll copy it and paste it.
Put it up.
Yeah, just send it to me and I'll post it and I'll also add it to this video today.
Yeah, put it in the link.
I will do. We're busy. We're non-stop. We're doing
it's fine. It's fine. Just put it in there.
I will do the Spook Troop tours. I'll send it on to you, Chris. Let me do that now for you. And we're going to London. Like we're doing Charleville Castle. We're busy. We're going to like we don't stop. We need to take a break. We need to
definitely keep an eye out, guys. It's amazing. Ireland's beautiful, isn't it? It's much like Scotland as well. So if you like the Scotland investigations, you'll love Ireland because it's really much the same.
It's an amazing place, and we're not just
posting. It's beautiful.
I just sent you the link and I'll post it in here.
Our histories are so steep in all spirits and things like that, and such folklore and things like that, and all this stuff, and like that it's travelled throughout the world, I suppose.
Yes, definitely. It's all the mystical creatures as well that we get between Ireland and Scotland and things that people are intrigued by. And
what about leprechauns?
All the folklore.
What about leprechauns? You ever seen one?
What about them? They live up near Jenny's End.
I probably dated a few leprechauns.
No, it's just a question.
Supposedly the last of them was like
No, but they
250
in
of
their
them,
boots.
and they live up in Carlingford somewhere. Some man seems to know of them. So if anyone wants to go see them, you can go on up to him and on
That's what
Saturdays.
I would say. I sent you the link there, Chris. There was a guy that I had on the show before, or someone I had. I can't remember who it was, but they had charged $50 or €50 per American tour bus to say, "I'll show you where the leprechauns are." And every American, we love you, Americans, we do genuinely love you, but they all paid $50 or €50 goes and look for the
leprechauns.
They did, but it's nice. It's like the fairies. We have the fairies. We have the banshee.
Yes.
I mean the banshee is. Oh my gosh! If I could really quickly about an experience about and when I was younger, I'm going to make it a long story short, and that's the Irish way of saying it. It's going to be a
story. That's
conversation. I'm going to talk really fast because it's like I keep keeping it short. When we say a long story short, it's not going to be a long story short. It's going to be a freaking long story. So anyway, I was coming home from my friend's house one time as a teenager. Went home to my home. November night, my brother's friend was walking up my garden. I put my hand on his shoulder and I said, "What's that up there?" It was a clear night, November night, stars, dark, no clouds, no nothing. There was nothing for me to look up and see. So anyway, told my sister, and she got us all in watching TV and yada yada yada. My mum rang to we'll pick her up from work and so on, and family and friends came to the house. Now my brother-in-law's brother had passed away that November. My sister's two separate friends, individual parents had passed away, mum or dad.
Wow.
And what we could see was it was I tell you now, if I had to be under hypnotation, I would say the same thing. There was three things and they looked like Halley's Comet. They were round, and I said this before to you, Chris, on your show with Dakota. It was round, and I went into a tail, and there was three of them. So there's two here, and I'm saying it so long. If you lie, you trip up. I'm knowing this since I was a teenager. So two here and one here. So they swim up and down, and what they're swimming up to, we don't know. And then there'll be two here and one here, opposite. So they'd swim up and down, up and down, up and down.
Right.
There's nothing for them to hide into. And we were just getting the porch built at the time, and we're all outside. And we were looking up again. We were looking up. Three of them, huge, and we're on a main road, just a one road, one up, one down, whatever, and an unused factory across the road. We were all looking up to it about an hour or 2 hours later, something like that. If you blinked at this point, you would have missed it. One shot down through the hedge and went back up. You can see it going through the hedge. God is my judge. You can see it going through the hedge and back up. Yeah. I had adults pulling me back to get into the house. We pulled each other back. I was then given like a brown bag to breathe into, and this is from one of the girls whose machine was turned off that night. I'm the one, but I knew as a family of 11, I'm always the different one. I'm always the one who thinks outside, or I'm always the one who just, I have a weird one in every family, and I just
me too.
That was like that, and I would say to my dying day that it was like a smoky grey.
Wow, I wonder what it was.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Fairies, something like that.
See, that's interesting.
Fairies.
I think it was something more. You witnessed something. Yeah. I think it was fairies. I think it was a UFO that you seen, and I take it you've heard the new news about the UFOs. I take it, have you heard lately about the new news itself? No. Have you not been watching TV? You've not been watching the news that a top government official, whistleblowers, came forward and said that we are not alone, and we've actually got crash ships, and it's on all the major networks like BBC News and all the other news. Just look it up. And now they're coming out saying that they've actually got bodies. There was bodies found at Roswell. It's all coming out now. And we're actually doing a show tomorrow night in Bald and Bonkers about it. We've got a guest coming on to talk about it, and it's unbelievably amazing. This is the start of disclosure, and it's all coming out now. Everything's coming. I'm amazed that you've not seen it. You just need to type in UFO disclosure, and the man will
Even
pop
look
up.
up
He's
YouTube.
top.
Mhm.
He worked for a secret organization.
I was talking to a man called
That's
Dr.
all.
Eamon.
This was about 3 days ago. This came out. It broke.
Wow.
Yeah, we were at a convention there, paranormal
Right.
convention here in Ireland, and
Yeah.
what was his surname? Dr. Eamon.
Uh,
Or
let me
he's
find it.
like an Irish specialist, say, on UFOs and things like that. And yeah, he was basically telling me that they were in communication. It was a bit classified, but with the French, and they were up at the Kerry Cork Mountains communicating.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very passe. He was just talking about it. He's like, yeah. I was like, oh,
Yes,
okay.
everywhere just now. It's not a
Now
taboo subject anymore.
Yeah.
He was one of it is
It's-
Dr. Eamon Holmes.
Well,
he
did you
was
see what
Eamon
happened?
Holmes.
Did you see what happened? Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Eamon Holmes is that
Yes,
presenter.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh no.
Is he?
no, no,
Is that
Yes.
another Eamon Holmes? Right.
I don't know. No.
I thought there was two.
I hope his
Welcome to
surname
this
is
morning. We've got Lulu
But-
and Jenny on the
yeah.
show tonight to tell us
Are you
all about their
okay?
UFO
He'd be
experiences.
talking about us now. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
His name is Dr. Eamon Asbro.
Oh, sorry. Ugh.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he was
Yes, I know the name. I've heard the
So
name.
Dr.
Yeah.
Eamon Asbro, he was one of the speakers of the Explained Paracon.
Yeah,
Maybe
he
there's
talked about
two.
UFO stuff, and he was talking about like
Yeah, I want
you
to
know,
go to
their,
something like that. Yeah, I want to go to a Paracon.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
brilliant! It's
Yeah.
great.
Did you-
It's great.
Very
Okay, I was
informative.
just I wanted to go to a Paracon. I'd love to go to one. I'd love to go to one. To be
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
It's
where I can quiet.
it's very expensive to go to one, you know. It's
Oh,
very
is it?
expensive
Right.
to go to the Paracons and stuff. Yeah.
Really worth it to meet up with other teams, to meet up with people that you've talked to on Facebook, but you haven't met each other, and meeting some of the speakers that you do want to talk to. I've had one or two speakers on my show, like Steve Parsons and Dr. Kieran O'Keefe, and I got to meet them. It was great. We had a great day.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah.
Lulu, we had a day with them. We had a day with
Yeah.
Steve Parsons, and I love Steve Parsons.
We've been
and
invited to go meet Neil Story and that, but it's just so expensive to get
No
to
way,
England.
really?
It's really, we get
Yeah.
invited down.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just to
Did
get in
Yes.
there.
See,
And
he
the
wants
accommodation,
Neil
it's
Story wants-
expensive.
Yeah, that's the combination.
See,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neil Story wants us to go and film him up in Scotland because of his book, the new book that he's brought out, and he wants us to film with him, maybe soon, you know.
No, I'm gonna do it.
And I think
Will.
that'll be
Yeah.
Yay.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes,
Welcome, Christine.
and yeah,
Hi.
I
what
think
was it?
I think
Quickly.
it'll be really interesting because he's done a book about spies, and I think you should check him out. What's that?
Oh, I love him. What were you going to say about yesterday? Did we hear about yesterday?
Oh,
Something
yeah.
yesterday.
Yes, there's been a sighting of a little friend. Well, I want to say little. I think it was Las Vegas. It's actually a doorbell. It's actually one of the doorbells. The guy was sitting, and it's all over the mainstream media.
Oh, I
The guy was
seen
sitting, and he
that.
heard a bang in his back garden.
Yeah.
Yes, and on the
Oh,
doorbell,
Lord.
his dad went out. His dad went outside, and there was this 6-7 foot creature standing in the back garden with
See
big
that?
black eyes, just standing
That's
looking at him.
not-
That reminds me
And
of signs.
what
Can you
happened
send me
is
that
that he
link?
phoned the police. He phoned the police, and the police came. The police seen it, and it ran away down the road. Right, the two of them. There was two creatures, and then all of a sudden you see like a blue UFO rising up into the air and zooming off.
See that?
Wow.
Now,
And it's.
I
I
don't
think it's all. Yeah, it's all to do with what's happening with this disclosure.
But
What's
that's just-
happening right now?
That's
That's what it
crazy.
is.
I got my
And
doorbell in
it's going to
today.
explode soon.
We want to see that UFO footage, Jen.
Yeah.
I got my doorbell in today.
Yes.
Now I'm going to be like, oh my God, now I'm going to be looking.
You're going to be looking at the back door. Where's my 6 foot tall creature?
I'm going to go to the back door. I do have CCTV as well, and I have the
You
doorbell.
getting bigger than that?
You're looking at it. And the only thing I hear is probably the street brawls after like a Friday night coming down from a house party. That's all I hear. But
Stray cats.
yeah, I'd be interested if I see anything.
Yeah.
No, oh Jesus, no one mean like to be like,
So-
hello, Jenny.
Yeah.
What we'll need to do is get you both on again when StreamYards has fixed itself, and hopefully
Yes.
you two have not got an attachment with some guy and whoever it is and
Oh, don't say that.
Must
please.
causing havoc, and I'm hearing strange sounds.
On the
But
live
I'm
stream.
going to end the show now, and because me and Drew, we're going away tomorrow, and I
Yes,
have to
we are
get up
so.
early because we're going away to
Ah,
a mining, Lead Hills mining museum,
Yeah.
you know. And
That's
but I would like to thank you both.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Thank you so
I
much.
would like to thank you
yeah,
both.
thank you.
Yep, no problem. I would like to thank you both for coming on. I would like to thank all the subscribers in the chat, for new subscribers, because we're nearly at 2,000 subscribers now. And it's amazing
wow.
what's happening. Our views are going off the scale.
That's great.
And
Yeah.
I've also been contacted by like museums wanting us to go and
Brilliant.
film, and I think it'll make it really interesting.
Brilliant.
So
Very
remember,
good.
guys, subscribe to their channel. You never know, you might see an alien chasing
Well,
Jenny up the road on a doorbell cam.
I'm not running nowhere after last Sunday. I'm running nowhere after the mini marathon. No, but I do.
She's
wanna say-
relaxing.
I am relaxing, but I do want to say very quickly, myself and Lou has created our new YouTube Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers page. We
Yeah.
need more subscribers. We really do.
Yes, please.
We do
Yeah.
live,
We'll get you.
we do live
We'll get them.
on other networks, and we do lives on our YouTube page as well. So
Yes.
we do need
Share out, guys, please. I have put it in the chat.
subscribe. It's Emerald Isle
I will
Paranormal
share-
Researchers. My name, Emerald Isle. On the yes, get that in. Like our page.
Also, tell us when you go live, and we'll share that out as well. And we'll get all the subscribers into your live streams if you
Oh,
let us
thank
know
you.
when
Once we
it
go
is.
We'll
live-
share it
Once
with
we go live and it's on StreamYard and I clicked all my networks and so on, YouTube is always on it. So notifications there, but I will let you know ahead of time. But we do need more subscribers.
Definitely.
We do. We're up and running and we have fantastic videos and Lou has fantastic
We've
videos.
been very
I'll-
lucky. The camera, I'm calling it
We'll
ghost
keep
camera
sharing those
because it
links
seems
for you.
to be
Yeah,
catching
we'll share them.
stuff. It's like,
Hmm.
it's great.
Yeah, Louise. No, Lulu. Lulu, do you want to talk very quickly about the time in Lep Castle before we leave? Because I know Chris and Drew have to go very quickly.
Yeah,
about
tell us about the Lead Castle.
Oh yeah,
Castle,
well,
sorry.
like that. You know the way when you're kind of getting like something on. I just said, you know what, I'm going to start recording. I want to take lovely pictures around here, and like that. Looked at the door,
Mhm.
and you could see it's open. There's no drafts. I found out about that. I actually asked the owner as well. Is there like windows you can open? Anyway, turned it around and was just, looking around the room. And next thing I hear sounded in my ear like that kind of noise, like a loud wind in my noise. And
Oh my
I
God.
ear, and I thought I got it on the camera, but I was like, "What the hell is that?" And I turned around, but again, not really, kind of forgetting I had the camera. And I looked at the door because that's like it sounded like came at me. And next thing you just see the door.
Yeah.
Oh,
both
wow.
closed. And I just was like,
Oh my God.
oh,
That's
where we?
amazing.
I'd love to go to Lead
And then I
Castle.
was like to Jen, I was like, did you see that? I was like, I think
See?
I actually got that on the camera. And I was like, I couldn't
Brilliant.
believe it.
You can hear Lou going, oh. Like, it's like
Turn it into a short. Put it like
I did. I did actually turn it into
Good.
short. And then I started going
Yes.
to myself, people might be like, oh, maybe there's someone behind the door. Because I do,
Oh,
I have a
no.
longer version, of course, of that video. And I
Yeah.
actually go out and I start looking because it's lovely out there. But just so everyone knows, I did actually ask the owner, Sean, he's a lovely fella. And I did actually ask him, I says, look, Sean, has this happened before? Was there a draft or somehow a window can open or something like that? And it was, just so you know, it wasn't a windy day. And he said, no, it's never happened. And I asked the wife as well. So, and she said no.
Wow.
So I was delighted. When you
The
actually get something.
spirits.
Yeah, you're like, yes.
Yeah, it's really
That's-
achievement. It's like, yeah.
Yes.
Lou is brilliant with her cat balls.
So,
and then
ladies,
going, oh, Like she was like the Titanic.
So,
when,
ladies and gentlemen,
next over the
subscribe.
bridge.
Yeah, please
Sorry.
subscribe to them, guys. And watch is most importantly. Watch and share out.
Yes.
That helps with the algorithms.
Yes.
Definitely
Yeah.
watch.
Oh yeah.
I will
Doggy
share
one,
your
man.
link out tonight with some friends that I have, and hopefully they will subscribe to you all tonight. Hopefully we can get you up to 10 million subscribers by next week.
We'll get them in those Facebook groups as
We
well.
work hard and
So
we
we
play
will.
hard. And we have all the outtakes on
Yeah.
videos as well. So the outtakes are funny. They're very funny.
Oh, good.
Can I
Yeah.
just say one other thing? You know, from that other night, we were just saying that we got a very loud
Yeah.
vibration noise.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did have my camera on, but there was a few malfunctions. Basically, I captured the roses being touched and
Yeah.
the REM pod going off at the same
Yeah.
time,
The
and
lead moving.
the lead for your earphones moving at the same time.
Yes.
That link
Wow.
up with the spirit box.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
when I was connecting it up, it fried my thing. Got fried my SD card.
No.
So it's like completely gone. It's like I have to buy like a brand new SD
recorded
card.
it. I recorded it.
Jenny
I have
kind
it
of
video.
recorded, yeah.
I have it recorded on my phone, so just to send on to a friend of ours who was there, Alan. So I had to video what Lou was showing. So I still have it on my phone, so it's still there.
Good.
You have
Good
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There you go. Well,
interested.
honestly, guys, it's been fantastic, and we'll have to have you back to show us some of the evidence that you've got, and hopefully
yeah.
StreamYard will
talking
get
to you.
fixed because it's been really good talking to the two of you, and it's been absolutely fantastic, and we'll need to get you
I
back
can't
on
wait to
again.
hear back.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear back either. I
We
know.
like to talk
It's
about it.
Excellent.
all the buttons in StreamYard aren't working. I've pressed things about 10 times and nothing
I'll
seems
put
to
it
be
back.
working.
It's Emerald Isle Paranormal Research.
Yes,
There's-
all the links for all their channels and stuff is below
It's in the
the
chat,
video.
Mystical.
And it's all been added.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
in
will
the
share you
description.
out tonight through all my places, and I would like to thank you both again, and everybody in the chat. We'll be live tomorrow at a haunted location somewhere. So catch you all later, guys, and
Thank you so much.
you very much.
Guys.
Thank you for joining us on this exciting adventure with Ghost Squad Scotland. Our team of experienced ghost hunters use the latest technology to explore the paranormal and uncover the truth about the unknown. Don't forget that we're affiliated with Spirit Shack, the UK's premier ghost hunting equipment store, so you can trust our equipment to be top-notch. Plus, we have exclusive Ghost Squad Scotland merch available on our Zazzle store, so you can show your support for the team in style. And if you can't get enough of our ghost hunting adventures, be sure to tune into the Bald and Bonkers TV network to catch our show in action. Content creators can even have their own content syndicated on the network, or create their own custom online TV channel by visiting baldandbonkers.net. Thank you for your support. And remember to always keep an open mind as we continue to explore the